people. All right, so I was minding my business earlier today and I was getting ready to start figuring out kind of what video I was going to make. You guys know that I have been consistent posting about Real Housewives of Atlanta, and I was shook to find out that the episode has actually been postponed. Like, we were going to get episode 20 this Sunday, but Bravo has decided to actually push the episode back to next week. Now, it's possible that they will push it back again. We just do not know. But we know that for sure we are not getting episode 20 of The Real Housewives of Atlanta. And I am shook. Yes, my voice is real. How can I pretend to have this voice for so long? Y'all would have caught on by now. Yes, as far as I know, it's postponed. Of course, the show is not canceled. It's my theory that they are just kind of, keeping some of those episodes locked and loaded because they do not want to run out of episodes. Yes, just like Michelle, I am shook. And actually, I found out about this tea from Michelle's live earlier. So, yeah. Michelle, you should have called Dan while you sitting over there in the chat. All right, so I am okay. And in this video today, I'm actually going to be talking about a couple more things. I want to talk about kind of just in general what Rona V has done for our show and like how it's affected things. And all right, I'll hold on for you, Michelle. And how things have been affected and kind of what's going on. Like, we got the reunion, that's definitely pushed back, and I'm worried that we may not get one at all. All right, hold on one second, guys. I am going to kick a couple of you guys out just for right now. Sorry, I just need to get Michelle in here really quick so that she can help me work StreamYard, because this is my first time doing this. But I will definitely take all of the calls and all of the people. So hang tight. Can I sing? I mean, I try to sing a little bit in my videos, but y'all be telling me to hush. Thank you for watching all of my videos. I appreciate it. Somebody said, don't kick me out. I'm not going to kick out too many people. I should do a masterclass on editing. One day I might do a masterclass. I see Michelle has joined. She's in the green room, so I'm gonna wait to find out whether or not she's here or not, and then I'll add her in a little bit. Yeah, we do not call it anything but Rona V. We don't know nothing about that C word. We don't know nothing about that because we are not trying to get demonetized. We call it Rona V. I see Crystal sipping her tea in the green room. Hey, I'm definitely going to take your call because you were one of the first people in. All right, it looks like Michelle is having a little bit of issues, so I'm going to go ahead and take your call, Crystal. Are you ready?
You hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. How are you?
Hello, how are you? How's everybody?
I'm doing pretty good. Y'all, do you guys hear us fine? Are we echoing?
I can't see anybody's question. I can't see anybody's.
Okay.
Anyway, so I guess my question is, well, not even a question. I guess I'm just a little sad because I was really looking forward to the reunion. I really wanted to see Kenya and Nene hash everything out. I was looking forward to that. I was looking forward to Kenya and what's the other one? Oh no, not Kenya. Nene and Candy. I was looking forward to that because I follow both of them on Twitter. I follow both of them on Instagram. So I was looking forward. I'm just really a little sad because I don't know when they're going to, film again. So
right.
I'm just sad. I really am. I'm just really sad about that. I mean, I am looking forward to the Housewives of what is it? Potomac. I'm looking forward to that. I saw that trailer yesterday and watched your video because I watched
Thank you.
all of your videos. So
We're gonna get into that later. I was actually surprised that so many of you guys actually are watching the show now, because I've tried to make Potomac videos a couple of times and I have not gotten enough people to like actually stand the show. So I was really surprised that you guys are interested. What did you think about the trailer?
well, honestly, I didn't know what happened between Monique and what the other one. I don't remember what happened. The one that lives, her mom does
Right.
everything for her.
Candace.
So Candace. So I didn't know anything that happened between that. I guess I don't know what I was doing around that time. So when I watched the trailer and then I was on Twitter and I saw everybody's comment, I was thinking to myself, oh, okay, well, what's going on? What is the tea? Like what's going on between these two? So I guess I just have to stay tuned because I missed all of that. I didn't know that they had a fight. I
Right.
didn't know that they pressed charges until I watched your video and you kind of did a little backstory, but you didn't want to get too much into it. So
Mhm.
I said, okay, well, we're just gonna wait and find out what happened because I personally do not know, but I am looking forward to watching it. I've been watching that show since it first aired, and I love it.
Perfect.
It's kind of like neck and neck with Housewives now with Atlanta, like
A
it
lot
really
of
is.
a lot of people have been saying that. So I'm excited. I reached out and hopefully I will be getting a few more episodes to talk about that show more consistently. Um, but yeah, thanks for calling today. You're one of the first people and nice
Bye.
to meet you.
Nice to
And
meet you too, Justin. Love
nice,
you.
love you too. Talk to you later.
Bye bye.
Bye. All right. Michelle, you are live.
Oh, child. Hey,
You saw-
Justin.
hey, I'm
How you?
struggling over here trying
You
to.
are not struggling, child. You are so literate with the computer. I don't even know why you tripping.
Well, welcome to my little show. I
Thank
told
you.
everybody earlier that you're the reason why I'm even on here. You have been trying to get me to do this for months.
What's up, squad? I'm so happy. Look, I was downstairs eating. So I'm like, I'm back now. Okay. So what had happened was I'm just glad you back. Like, I'm glad you live. I wish I had been prepared to go live with you. This was like a shocker. I'm like, oh my God, Justin want me to be on his live, especially the way the people was reading me.
Right.
Don't go live with Michelle.
I paid those haters no mind. And I'm so glad that you're here. Nene was actually on your live earlier, and she's the one who tipped me off on the tea. So is there anything you want to share with the binge watchers about why you think that the Housewives is postponed for now?
I'm just assuming that maybe it's because of the pandemic and people aren't available to go into work and edit episodes and do the things that they're supposed to do. We talked about this earlier. It's a trickle down effect, like Andy's sick, the president of NBC sick, everybody's sick. Unless they have like these episodes already in the can ready to roll, I don't think that we'll be seeing them, which is why the reunion was postponed. I can see why they would push this particular episode back because they need to buy some time.
Right. Yeah, me and Michelle had this conversation earlier, and as an editor, I think that it's a bit more complicated than everybody is thinking by just saying they can edit from home. I know that a lot of you guys work. Like, how easy is it for your boss to just let you take your whole computer out the door with you? Like, that's just unrealistic.
Everybody would have the episode, honey. It'd be all on the blogs and everywhere else.
Right. And if they give it to the wrong hands, Justin Diego will find a way to get all of the episodes, and I will be releasing them on my own.
Okay.
So I understand why, I understand why people are like, oh, they can edit from home, but I just think that it's a lot deeper than that.
Yeah.
And I just don't think that it's going to happen.
Yeah. Well, I was just happy to get the tea, honey. I'm like, wait a minute, what? Look, I was, me, I'm always looking for the preview screener. Where it's at? We need it. Somebody give it to me. Let me call somebody. And for her to say it's not going to happen this week, I was surprised too.
Right. Before we keep talking, I want to shout out to She Moraman. I appreciate you becoming a member. I don't know if you guys saw my launch video today, but earlier I launched my first channel memberships and it comes with quite a few features. So shout out to all of you guys, including Michelle, who were some of the first to join and become members. I really appreciate it. And we got a lot of stuff coming your way. And if you guys don't know, if you're a member, you can use like special emojis. You get special badges for the whole time that you've been a member. So go ahead, check it out. If you don't know what it is or you have questions, shoot me a message on Instagram and I will definitely explain.
I'm glad you started memberships because now you can show us how to edit videos. On the low, give us a little tutorial video or something, and for a perk.
Right. I just felt like since I want to start doing live now, it was just important for me to make sure that the people who really, really support me get to use a lot of these features that YouTube has worked so hard to give us.
Yeah.
So it was really, I know that it costs $1, $2, $20 or whatever, but it's really for the fans. It's really for the people who actually take YouTube serious.
Yeah.
So
and it's not mandatory. I have to tell my people that too. Like, you can still watch me, you can still be a supporter. You don't necessarily have to spend money, but we're glad you do.
Right.
We appreciate it because not all times that we get monetized and things like that. YouTube be playing.
Right. That's true. And speaking of that, like, y'all might, it's not that easy. I know it looks like, I just put out these videos and I just turn them out, but I take this very serious. It's my full-time job. And right now, just like everybody else has been affected, I have been affected as well. I don't know what's happening with YouTube, but we are not all getting the views that we used to get. And if we ain't getting the views we used to getting, then we're not getting the checks we used to getting. And I know y'all don't want me on another hiatus. So we are in this together.
Like I told you, you need to keep testing. You need to keep putting out videos and make sure you get into this algorithm. We need more. We need like 5 videos a week from you, Justin.
Right. Well, yeah, I'm going to do the best I can. I think I'm going to have a lot more fun with trying this live thing out. And let me know when you want to do it. I don't want to hold you all night, but.
No, I want you to go ahead and go live with your fans so I can watch and be in the chat and act crazy like you be doing.
Okay, well, thank you for calling in.
Thank you.
Get back to the show. Bye. All right, guys. All right, so you guys can go ahead and use the link to start back calling in, and I'll take some more calls. I don't have but one person in the green room. Andrew, are you ready? I don't see any mics on their own for you or anything like that. It says that you'll have to turn on your mic or your camera to get started. All right, and shout out to my newest member. Thank you so much for joining. All right, so I'm actually going to talk about one of my next topics. Some of you saw that I posted my review of the Real Housewives of Potomac trailer yesterday. And like I said earlier, I was surprised that so many of you actually commented and had a lot to say about this show, because it's one of those shows that I watch, but I be watching in secret. We have some shows that we watch and we're proud of, and we follow Instagram pages and we be lurking on the gram about it. But then there's some shows that you like, but you don't really be standing it. And Potomac is one of those shows for me. So I definitely want to have a conversation about that show and like the current state of like our Black Real Housewives cities. Do you guys think that we need more Real Housewives cities? Do you guys feel like we should just stick with Atlanta? Or like, let's talk about that. So go ahead and click that link and join me on the stream. If you want to chat with me, I would definitely be happy to have a conversation. All right, I see someone just joined and then they hung up. Dang, don't do me like that. Somebody said I'm giving. Why are you giving me the side eye? Oh, you just side-eyed Potomac? All right, yeah, I was having a conversation earlier and I was saying that I feel like the thing with Potomac is Bravo, like nobody knows the girls and there's really no way to learn those girls unless you actually watch the show. And a lot of people are saying, like, oh, I don't know if I'm willing to watch 4 seasons of this show. So I don't know what they should do, but I think that the show is kind of at that place that Real Housewives of Atlanta was at, like season 2 or 3. And is there season 5? All right, I'm going to take this next call. Hello, how are you?
How are you, Justin? Hello, hello.
I'm doing well. Who am I speaking with?
Oh, I am one of your biggest fans. I absolutely adore your videos, and I missed you so much during your hiatus. I checked back, but sadly, you weren't posting videos, but you definitely are now. So,
I
no reason to go back in the past, but move forward. You have just been cranking them out. I stop everything. Videos. I really do. And I'm about to become a member right after I get off the phone with you.
I,
Becoming a member. I just
I Yeah, I appreciate it. I know that I took like almost 2 months off and people were going crazy and my manager was going crazy. And I was just like, I just got to live my best life. I can't be out here making these videos every day. And then I thought about my binge watchers and I was like, you know what? Let me do things different for 2020. So I don't plan on taking any hiatuses. As you guys can see, during this run of V, I am kicking them out and I am trying to, stay motivated and like stay binge worthy.
please do so. Please do so. And of course I'm being silly. We all need our time to step away. But
Right.
just the editing you bring, you literally tell a story. You see how your comment section is. We all just get lit. We just get so involved, and these
Right.
videos you put together just enhance the experience. Oh my goodness gracious! Well, returning that topic at hand, I'm gonna be very honest with you. Let's be real here. Many people are going to disagree with me, and I do not particularly care. I don't. But Cynthia and Kenya and Candy can go. I'm just
I'm sorry, Kenya?
yes,
You want
I
Kenya to get the
know.
boot?
Yeah, it's the bitterness. It's just too much. Just it's so heavy. Like I want to enjoy. I want to kiki. I want to have fun. I want shenanigans. I want silly. Nene is extra, but she number one, she does know to let go. She doesn't
Hmm.
keep digging and digging. She knows when to let go. We've seen this with Phaedra. We saw this with Portia. We saw this with Kim, with Kim Z. Nene will let go when it comes to a time where a woman really needs a woman support. And we've been seeing this for years. She
Hmm.
will be there to bring support. Candy just I'm just tired. She just holds on to these grudges. She does feel a particular type of way towards Nene. She really does.
Hmm.
Candy is a child genius, to be very honest with you. I do remember her from the 90s. I remember her on the Mickey Mouse Club. She really is a very intelligent, we all know her business acumen, but Candy just doesn't have the personality for just reality show television extraness. It's just not her. And we don't even really see much even of her family. The only time we see her and her husband is something so negative where people are dragging him down, spending his money, or that one scene where she unnecessarily brought up her mother not wanting to keep Todd in the will. Like I just don't want to see such negativity. It's always something very disturbing and negative with those three.
If you boot them all 3 out, who would you replace them with?
Hey, you guys tell me. I do want Phaedra back, but I'm sure all of you know others that can come onto the show. Nene has her team. And I mentioned that on Nene's live to Michelle. Nene, Portia, Tanya, who's just a doll. Tanya is just a doll. Even Clark Atlanta, aka Gail, aka Yovana, Shovana. I see so many names people give her. I don't even know her name. There's others that can come on the show. It's just those three really are not bringing it. However, Potomac, how I like all of these women to a degree. I really do. Even Giselle, she's kind of messy, but she does play her part. Potomac is really about to bring it on right now, and Atlanta's going to need to take heed.
Right.
I'm being very honest, because when you put your last video, I read almost every comment. We were so engaged. People are very, very excited. The grande dame herself, Ashley, she has quite a bit going on in her life. I like the new young lady they brought, the 35-year-old who has a career, reminiscent of Phaedra, bringing a professional who has her own career, like the newbie from Potomac. I don't know her name.
Mm-hmm.
Monique, who is a Disney princess. Monique is just so beautiful. She's just everything. She lives the life. Mother, wife, lives in Potomac. Candace is just she's a firecracker. She's a spoiled princess. I do like her. I do. She's just so extra. And as they say, because I've heard people call me that, uppity and mean, but I like it all. It's drama. They all bring something.
Yeah, I love Potomac, and I'm excited about kind of where the season is going. So yeah, I appreciate you calling in. There's so many other people, so I could talk to you.
I'm gonna hold it up. Thank you
all
so
night.
much.
So thanks for calling. I cannot wait to see, like what happens with membership. So tune in next time, and I'll talk to you later.
Thank you. Bye.
All right. All right, guys. I am going to take a few more calls. Hello? Dason, can you hear me? Hello? All right, yeah, guys, I will be allowing like a time limit. I'm sorry. Conversations just begin so good. You just don't know how to just end them. All right, I'm going to try to take another call. Hello, DC?
Hey, how are you?
I'm pretty good. How are you?
I am so good. I'm super excited to talk to you. I'm actually calling in from New Zealand.
Oh, all the way from New Zealand. That's exciting.
All the way from New Zealand. Yeah, you got lots of fans over here.
Thank you.
Yeah. So I really think that the Housewives of Potomac was really created out of the idea of just capitalizing on the black dollar. Atlanta is so popular, including here in New Zealand. We can only watch it on the internet, but we don't get Bravo in advanced here, so we're like 6, 7, 8 months behind. Mm-hmm. So we love watching Atlanta here. We don't actually have Potomac here, but from the scenes that I've seen online, I really just think it's all about the money.
Okay, so you guys don't watch those shows at all, or are you just saying that you guys don't get them?
We get them, but we get them in like months and months and months behind. So, like most things that come out of America quite early for you, we don't get them until like a good 7, 8, 9 months behind. So we have to watch everything online, and so it's either we're trying to find the bootleg versions that are sitting on YouTube somewhere, or trawling the internet to try and find them.
Okay. Well, hopefully this show will pick up. Do you have any questions for me or anything you want to talk about with the Real Housewives of Atlanta?
Yeah, sure. One question for you, I guess. When did you decide that this was what you wanted to do?
It's actually a funny story. I forgot exactly what year, but it probably was somewhere around 2014. I was on Instagram, and back then on Instagram, things were a lot different. Everybody was posting like pictures of their food and coffee. Like people weren't really doing fan pages and stuff like that. So there was a Real Housewives of Atlanta fan page on Instagram, and they started reposting like little stuff that I was making about the show. I was making like little funny memes and like editing the clips the way that I do to make them funnier. And it probably went on for probably about 6 months. And then that page was like, hey, look, like you actually do a really good job creating Real Housewives of Atlanta content. I want to give you this page, and I think that you're going to like go far with it. And at that time, I think the fan page had about 75,000 followers. So it really started from there. I grew that page from that 75,000 followers to now I think I have a little over 360,000 followers on Instagram. But over time, I really started to feel a little like I was outgrowing Instagram because they weren't allowing like long form videos back then. So I created this video on my channel now, and I got good feedback, and I kind of just took it from there. So it almost happened by accident, but I am so glad it did because I love Real Housewives of Atlanta so much, if you guys can tell.
Yeah, that's cool. Well, thank you for sharing your heart and sharing your talent with us. We're gonna keep watching, I know, especially here in Aotearoa in New Zealand. So thanks for spending a little bit of time with me. I appreciate it.
I appreciate you calling in. Can't wait to talk to you later.
Thanks.
All right, bye.
Agreed. Sweet. Thanks.
All right, I have another call to take. Hello, Jason, can you hear me?
Hello, I can't hear you. Am I now? Is my mic working now?
Yeah, your mic is working. Is that Metro PCS or?
Sis, I got the coins though. This is T-Mobile. We done stepped up above Metro, girl. We with T-Mobile now, okay?
All right, let me introduce you because the girls. I want everybody to think that I'm Missy. This is one of my good friends. He actually used to. Can I say what he used to do?
You can tell them.
He used to run a Kenya Moore fan page on Instagram, but he jumped ship when Kenya left the show. So, Team Twirl, he is not loyal. I just want to say that.
No, I'm very loyal to the Queen. The Queen is actually a very good friend of mine.
Right.
And I just, I grew apart from the show because I had a lot of stuff going on. I was in college. I'm still in college. And it was time to put childish things away. And I didn't have time to be running a fan page that was not really going anywhere. And, the people love to hate on the Queen.
Right.
When you're a queen, when you're a legend.
Right.
When you're legendary.
Right. Okay, so you already know what is the stuff that I kind of wanted to talk about today.
Yeah.
1 second. I just wanted to thank all of you guys who just joined and are brand new members. Shout out to y'all. Appreciate it. And I'm definitely seeing all the super chats. I'm sorry if I'm not responding to everybody like one at a time. It is really hard to keep up with everything that's going on and having conversations at the same time, but I'm going to get the hang of it. Just work with me. But anyways, okay, so our conversation earlier about where you think housewives should go, like you want to talk about that?
I would love to talk about that. I think the people need to know what's going on.
Okay, so why don't you feel people are watching Real Housewives of Potomac, and what do you think Bravo should do?
I feel like people aren't watching the Real Housewives of Potomac for a couple of reasons. One main reason being that most of the girls on that show are really old and really dry, and there's not like a spark of youngness. And we talked about you talked about the second reason why I feel like people aren't watching this show is because they don't have like that it factor, like the girls, they got coin. Some of the girls, they have coin, but they don't have like the celebrity it factor. They're not interesting. They can't pull me in to make me be like, oh, I want to watch that show. I relate to that bitch. I want to be like that bitch. But the Housewives of
we don't
Potomac
say that B word. We trying to be monetized over here.
We got to be monetized. Oh, I meant so just block that out. But I don't want to be like Giselle. I mean, she's not really a rich girl. She's not a celebrity. She dated a pastor. I don't want to be like Karen. I mean, her man had coins. I mean, he is the Black Bill Gates.
The Black Bill Gates?
The Black
you don't
Bill
want to be like the Black Bill Gates?
The Black Bill Gates, okay? But she's just so old and she's not relatable. Like, she's quick. Sometimes she's quick with the reads, but sometimes I feel like she be having a hot sweat. She be going through menopause. I don't know, but she's not always on point. But I feel like that's the reason why Housewives of Potomac has not popped off the same way that Atlanta has. And if it's going to pop off, like me and you talked about earlier, they are in the perfect season for it to pop off. The 5th season, which ATL popped off when my good sis Kenya Moore came onto the show, along with
I have this theory. Once, like, people act like they don't like when people throw them hands on reality TV, but when the girls start doing that, the girls get a little ratchet. They start to get views because I have to be honest, y'all. That's when I started watching Married to Medicine. Let me know in the chat when y'all started watching Married to Medicine, and let me know in the chat, do y'all like for the girls to throw them hands, or do you like for them to remain Southern belles?
Keep it PG-13.
Shout out to that super chat. I appreciate you, John.
Oh, that was nice of you, John.
Yeah, I appreciate all the super chats. I never expect them, but I appreciate them.
It's
Um,
real cute.
what about like what we talked about other cities before I let you go so I can take some more calls?
Other cities. Okay, so Atlanta has been so successful. This is the most successful Real Housewives franchise show that they have on the network. So I feel like if they were to like add a new show, it should be another show. In that Atlanta is very big, and there's a lot of people in Atlanta, and and there's more than one circle of women that run around with cash. So, for example, we have California, we have one city, Los Angeles. You have the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, and you have the Real Housewives of Orange County. Those girls, they do decent with ratings. Even they're not on Atlanta, but in Atlanta we have the Real Housewives of Atlanta, and in Atlanta we have like our Beverly Hills, which is Buckhead, and there's really a lot of affluent women who live in Buckhead who should be showcased. And I think Bravo is like really missing the mark with that. We should have another show. We should and another show with black women, because they threw us a bone with the Real Housewives of Potomac, but they're not really juicy. They're not giving us what we need. They're not giving what they said they were going to give. So I feel like Bravo needs to give us what they said they were going to give, and it's not Potomac. I'm sorry, it's not Potomac. We need the Real Housewives of Buckhead. Do you agree?
I mean, I agree. I said like years ago, I think that none of us really want Atlanta to go away completely, but I do think that it would be cool for them to have multiple Real Housewives of Atlanta shows. And the only way to really do that is to create some other show, kind of like Los Angeles has Beverly Hills and Orange County. So Michelle said Buckhead is Atlanta, but just for the political purposes, just to have two Real Housewives of Atlanta shows, I think that it would be cool for them to have Real Housewives of Buckhead. And I made a graphic. I hate I don't have that graphic to show right now. But yeah.
The one that you edited a while ago.
Right. I'm going to add somebody else to our conversation. Is that cool?
Well, thank you for having me, Justin. I also want to say, for the people in the comments that was saying something about me and me being a Nene hater. I'm not a Nene hater. I just support the real queen and the queen's king. Now you can twirl on that, sis.
All right. Thank you for calling. I had fun talking to you. I'm going to take
fun too. Thank you, sis.
Thank you. All right, y'all. I'm going to take Josh's call because he was taking over my comment section earlier.
Hello, how are you?
I'm well. How are you?
I'm doing wonderful. I'm so glad you got the delusional person off the line when they're saying that Kenya is the queen. The queen is a person who establishes things. A queen is a person who does not come on someone else's turf that's already existing. A queen creates jobs, and she came in a job that was created for her. So the queen would have to be Nene Leakes when it comes to the queen. Now, she can be a princess.
She can be in every episode, though?
No, they don't. They don't have to work like the rest of them do. The slaves have to always be there for the palace to be open. The queen is always the queen. The queen can go all around the world and go wherever they want to be. But the peasants and the slaves and the staff needs to be there to clean the building. So yes, Kenya was there. The episodes that Nene was not, to make sure she cleaned the floor. So when Nene walked through, she should graciously go through the door and get all the people together. And that's just the end of the day. We would not know who Kenya Moore was, really, because the cameo she had and Waiting to Exhale and stuff like that never mounted up to anything. And all of her straight to DVD and VHS movies never mounted to anything. We knew her through the platform that Nene Leakes provided for her to feed her house, to feed her household and her baby. She was able to finally get that shack because she didn't have a home before this. She was 52 years old and she bought her first home thanks to Nene Leakes. So I think that would be the queen.
Well, we're just going to have to agree to disagree. And I have to ask you about Real Housewives of Potomac. Do you watch that show?
I do watch the show. I mean, they don't do it for me. I mean, I appreciate a women of color show, but for me, they just don't do it for me. Like, it's just not enough excitement. Like, it's just, to me, it's just like, they just don't do it.
Like, what aren't they doing? Are y'all just used to like having washed up celebrities like join in the show? Like, do they got to be, Instagram famous?
No, because I knew Giselle when she was nothing but a pastor's wife. Ooh. And I felt like she was such a sanctimonious person, and to come on TV and to turn out she's not not so much saying. I was about to use another word, but I will respect your channel.
I appreciate
She's
that.
so much of not what she presented herself to be, because you know how everyone gave Portia slack about the comment she made when she was married to Cordell about, the homosexual community. Well, Giselle was right on that bandwagon. She believed in women wearing clothes to cover themselves up, women saving themselves for their husband and being submissive. But when she got on this show, she's a vodka drinking, boo popping out hoochie mama. So I just find that and then Karen Hooger, I mean, they have no real money. To me, all their houses are old. None of their houses to me are fabulous. When I think about fabulosity, those houses on Real Housewives of Potomac aren't fabulous to me. Monique has an okay house, but I mean, it could be pushed over with a bulldozer any day. I just don't see anything. They don't even have they don't have stainless steel appliances in their kitchen. They have white appliances. Like, I just think, if we want to talk about money and fabulosity, as Nene said about Phaedra, when you want to talk about fabulosity, I don't see it.
Well, I appreciate you calling in today and keeping
Thank
it
you for having me.
PG.
Yes.
I'm going to be doing a lot more of these, so hopefully you'll be joining
Well,
us.
I will. I'm a fan of yours. I enjoy all of your work.
Thank you so much. I'll talk to you later.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye. All right. I'm going to add Michelle to the stream. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. I'm Michelle from London.
Oh, I love your accent.
Oh, thank you.
Everybody always talks about my voice. Now I have a voice that I can admire on the line.
No.
How are you?
I'm fine. You?
I'm doing well.
Okay, so what I want to say is that I feel like Kenya's being a hypocrite, and I feel she needs to let go and let God. If Candy can let Portia, if she can let Portia and accuse her of rape or whatever and forgive her, I think Kenya can forgive Marlo and Nene. It has been proven that Marlo has apologized for the things that she said about her mother. So from her marriage, and that embarrassment is overtaking her ability to make sense of things. I think her common sense is not common sense anymore, and she just needs to let go. I'm not a hater. I do love Kenya sometimes. I do love Nene, but that's just the truth.
Right. Well, I understand why people, have their issues with Kenya. Is there anything other than what she did with Tanya that makes you feel this way this season? Because in the beginning, wasn't she trying to be like a housewife and trying to be a better person?
But the thing is, that was part of the facade, because we all knew, well, we know now that her marriage was in tatters. Everything was a mess. Everything was chaotic. And she was just keeping it clean. She was saving face. But I think she was only doing that because she knows her position in the show is to be a villain. And in order to win the crowd over, to win the viewers over, she needs to do this a hobo tour of saying, of reconciling and being good. I think it was just all for an act. I mean, I love Kenya, but we know who she is. So yeah.
Okay. Well, hopefully, things will change. And if they don't, you guys are welcome to kind of really stand who you want, because I do not try to convince people to not love who they love. And I just appreciate you calling in today.
Yeah.
Hopefully you have fun.
Yes, I'll be tuning in still.
All right, perfect. Thanks for calling.
Bye.
Bye. All right, guys. The next thing that I kind of want to talk about today was this tweet that came from Andy and Nene. Did you guys catch that tweet on Twitter today from Nene Leaks? She tweeted out that she was ready to go ahead and cash her Trump check. And I was like dying laughing. I thought it was like so hilarious because the iconic clip from Nene and her battle with Sheree. And I had posted that on Instagram myself. And I thought it was hilarious that Andy responded saying, it turns out they bounce. And I'm just like, Andy, shouldn't you be somewhere like quarantining and not throwing shade, taking your vitamin C? I just thought that was so petty. All right, I see a few more calls in the queue. I'm going to go ahead and take this one. Hello, can you hear me?
Hello?
Hi, I see you've been hanging on for a while. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Hi, thanks for calling. Do you have a question for me?
Hi, Justin. Yeah, I just wanted to say that love the show. Also from London, so I was happy to see that Michelle was on there as well. And I just wanted to say that I still think that Andy is a messy moaner. I think that he loves to make money from the pain and hurt of others, even though it makes a great show.
Mm-hmm.
I just think that sometimes, as one of the producers, he could slow things down. He could actually make the situations that happen on the show a bit better for the cast members.
Mm-hmm.
But he just chooses not to because he's trash. That's all I want to say.
Okay.
As far as Kenya, I do feel bad for her because I think that even though she's also sometimes an awful person, nobody deserves to go through what she's going through, especially with a new baby.
Mm-hmm.
At her level of maturity. And I just think that she just needs to go to therapy or go on Iyanla or something, like make a spin-off about being in therapy because it would actually help her life. And it might be entertaining as well. I think people would watch that.
Okay. Well, I appreciate you calling today. I hope that you continue to watch the show and hope that you continue to support.
I will. I only watch the show because I watch Bingeworthy. That's why.
I appreciate that. Thank you so much.
All right. Take care. Bye.
You too. All right. I have a couple more calls in the queue. How are you guys hanging in? Let me get some purple hearts in the chat because y'all are real quiet over there. Are y'all still enjoying the show? Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear. How you doing, Justin?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I want to tell I'm good. I want to tell you I'm a big fan of your Bingeworthy YouTube channel. I've watched it since day one, and your editing prowess can't be matched by anybody because the way you edit videos, people can learn so much from you, and I just wanted to say that. And
I appreciate that.
you just do it. You do such a great job for the Queen, which is we all know Team Kenya. Yes, I said it. Team Twirl. And
Team Twirl in the house.
Yeah. Don't mess with Team Twirl. We'll get you together. But as far as there's two types of people that Nene cannot deal with on that show. One, somebody who's overeducated and intellectually Kenya raps her knowledge of everything around Nene. Nene is not bright. I don't care what she may have a good business prowess, but that's hood business, and ain't nothing wrong with that. But Kenya is actually bright, and the other type of women that Nene don't like is somebody who's actually self-made and actually got more money. Candy has more money. Candy has the business sense that Nene will never have, and that's another reason. Those are the two people who she really can't stand. Somebody who's brighter than her and who knows how to make more money than her. And I think as far as what the second caller from London was saying about Andy, I think Andy is trash. And he don't really care for Kenya because Kenya is that intellectual black woman. So far, women that he's chosen to be on this show outside of Kenya, a lot of these women, are not exactly bright. At least that's how he sees a lot of the RHOA women. And we know black women are powerful, they're intelligent, they are creators, they are dominators of the business world. But in Andy's mind, and it has a lot to do with his upbringing, that Kenya is a threat. He don't like Kenya when he does those Watch What Happens live videos. Just watch the body language. He don't care for Kenya because Kenya is giving him intellectual wise, they toe to toe. He likes Nene because she give him that ratchet, I'm your daddy type of situation. Kenya does not fall in line with, yeah, you white, you running, you doing all this, you doing all that. Kenya is on a whole different level. Now, as far as your first caller, I guess not your first caller, but one of your callers had said Kenya came in on season 5. I want to correct him. It was season 4. I know he team twirl, but if you're gonna get it right, you got to get it right. She came in season 4, not season 5. And to the other dude, that other brother, who was talking about Kenya was the queen. Nene was the queen. Now, I think Bravo and Andy at this point, they kind of tired of Nene. She's worn out her welcome. She does not have what's the word I'm looking for? She does not have the I hate to say it like this, but her leash has been shortened. She does not get that extra leash to do whatever she wants. Her time of running things and having more input than any other cast member would have about who's supposed to be doing what, it's been long gone. They proved that when they kept her off of those first 3 episodes of this season. They are in charge. They run things. She's just one of the many rank and file employees in the Beehive. You know what I'm saying? She's like one of the drones. I just want to put that out there. But I am Team Kenya. As far as the Real Housewives of Potomac, I personally used to call it the real light, skinny, blue, green-eyed Housewives of Potomac because Giselle and Robin, they are a mess. I'm Team Monique. I'm Team the Grand Dame. And I wanted to tell you, keep doing a great, fabulous job, and I will be a member just as soon as I hang up with you. So I just want to tell you, I'm proud of you. Good thing you're doing, brother, and keep it up for Team Twirl. And the thing about Team Twirl, and I want to say just one last thing. A lot of people think that we don't call Kenya out on her BS. We do. But we know, just like anybody else, we still going to ride for our queen. Ain't everybody perfect. We know that. We're going to get Kenya together, but we're going to be right back on that Team Twirl parade all day, every day. So I just want to tell you that.
Well, I appreciate you calling in, and I appreciate that you are considering being a member, and I appreciate you being supportive. Thanks for calling.
Yep.
All right. Talk to you later. All right. Thank you, guys. I know that some of y'all are saying I need to limit these calls, so I'm trying. I just want to give everybody a chance to speak. If you are interested in joining the live, I'm going to be on for a couple more minutes. So I'm going to post the link right now, and you guys can go ahead and click that, and you can go ahead and speak with me. I want to see some purple hearts in the comments because I don't know if y'all are still with me, if y'all are dozing off or what. All right, I'm going to go ahead and take a couple more calls. I'm going to take 2 more calls at the same time. Actually, there are some of you guys who are not, you guys don't have your mic on. So go ahead and turn your mic on if you want to join the chat. Hello? Oh, and he hung up. All right. If you guys are interested in calling in, I am excited to talk to you guys. So, hi, can you hear me? Hello, Mark? I can't hear you. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Hi, how are you doing?
I'm good, man. How are you?
I'm doing pretty good.
Good. So, I just really quick, I just wanted to give my thoughts, man. I love the content. So, I'm Team Nene. Okay, I think Nene is the queen. Here is what I think really quickly. This is what I think the problem with Kenya and Nene is. I think really quickly. I think Kenya is great for the show, but I think the problem is, I think this whole beef with Kenya and Nene started not from Kenya or Nene, but I think it started from fans and probably production. And what I mean by that is, if me and you were friends, right?
Mm-hmm.
And there was somebody that I say, hey, dude, this dude reminds me of you. If I say it the first time, you might be like, oh, okay, nice. You're not, you might not be like, hey, let me hang out with this person. But if I keep saying, oh, this person reminds me of you, and matter of fact, I think that they edit videos kind of like you, maybe even better. And I think that's what the problem is. And I keep hearing all this, I hate when people say it because I like Kenya too. Kenya adds to the show. Somebody got to work the middle. Everybody can't be on top. But I think the problem is, really quickly, is that I think that Nene never was like, I'm jealous of Kenya. People always say that crap. But I think Nene felt disrespected because seasons 1 through 4, we stand Nene. Like, we loved her. But when Kenya came on the scene, it's like we stripped reality and everything that she built for the show. So now Nene has to fight against the comparison, not the existence of Kenya, but the comparison of people saying, oh, she's just like Nene. Oh, she's the new queen. Listen, none of them are. Nene built that show, built the house, living in it, and she owns it. So I think Nene fights more against the comparison of her and Kenya being who's the queen, here do what, because it takes away from her individuality for what she has built. Nene built a whole empire off of Jeff's comedy, one-liners, and reads, and Kenya came into a platform that she established, and Nene feel rightfully so.
Okay.
But I love her.
All right. All right. Well, thank you for representing. Thank you for calling in. Hello.
Hello.
Hey, how are you?
Hi, I'm good. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited to be talking to you.
I'm excited to talk to you. How's it going?
It's good. My name is B.
Okay.
And you heard my comment yesterday, so I'm so excited because I'm ready to talk Atlanta with you.
What do you want to talk about? We talked about the reunion being postponed. We talked about the episode for this Sunday being pushed back at least till next week. Are you shook about that?
I understand what's going on, and I accept that, especially the way everything's been shutting down in productions with, what's going on. It hurts, but at least they gave us the trailer to Potomac. They gave me a little something.
Right. That was nice because I wasn't expecting that at all.
Exactly. And as far as the Atlanta cast, honestly, I think they need a shakeup. I think they need somebody new in there. I'm tired of looking at Kenya and Nene fussing at each other over what exactly.
Right.
And as far as Potomac, I am save Monique. Save that queen.
I commented today under her post, bravo, protect this Black queen at all costs.
At all costs. At all costs.
I was surprised that some people, like a lot of people under my video, they are also team Monique, but I'm surprised that people don't like her. Like, what has she done for people to not like her?
I've never seen her not be authentic on the show. When she got on the show, Giselle hated her from the beginning.
Right.
And she stood her own. And I felt like she's admitted when she's been wrong. And honestly, she's popped off before. It is what it is. But she admits when she's wrong. And I feel like there was no reason for her and Candace to have fallen out the way that they did.
Right. Yeah, I remember like seeing like the headlines and I was just like, no, I just don't believe it. And to be honest, I was surprised because I watched Monique's live at the end of last season and she was already talking about how she didn't like how they edited her and she was already considering leaving the show. So
I would hate to see her leave.
Right. I did not want to accept it. So when I seen the drama, I was like, you know what? Let me just be delusional and be in denial. And when Bravo gives us a trailer, I'll finally accept the truth. But I'm glad that she's still there. And I'm glad that, it seems like she's going to move past it. I just hope that they don't slander her good name too bad.
Yeah, exactly. And I know it sounds really bad. No shade, no tea, but I feel like Giselle has been waiting for this moment.
Right. Like she never, ever, ever liked Monique. And I feel like Monique really, like, from that very first time she tried to read her, Monique didn't have it.
Yeah.
And she just had this vendetta.
She's been waiting on it. I feel it's terrible for saying it, but that's how I feel.
Right. Well, before I let you go, is there anything else that you want to talk about that I didn't discuss in this video?
No, but I wanted to know if I could shout out my channel.
Go ahead.
Okay. Hi, my name is B of B Soap Styling. You can head over to my channel where I discuss beauty, fashion, and anything business. Thank you.
All right.
I am so binge-worthy.
Thank you so much for calling.
Thank you.
All right, bye. All right, guys, I am going to take just a few more calls. I appreciate everybody who has called in. Let me see. I have one person. Hi.
Hey. Hello.
How's it going?
Good. You?
I'm doing good.
That's good. I just had a few opinions that I just really feel like the fans just really not seeing, and that's one being why why is it okay for Kenya and Candy and all them to think that they're in the alliance, but nobody seems to think that Portia and Tanya in the alliance, and they all really don't like Kenya clearly, but Cynthia and Candy don't have a problem with Nene, so how they in the alliance?
You said Portia and Tanya are in an alliance?
Yeah, why people don't think that not Portia and Tanya, Tanya and Nene are in the alliance? You could say Portia too to go against Kenya, but not Kenya and Candy.
What have they done to make you feel that way?
Well, I mean, clearly Tanya just don't care for Kenya, which is obviously because of the husband situation.
Right.
But why? I mean, but but why is Portia just keep like egging it on? You know what I'm saying? Like she's like really been being shaded towards Kenya for no reason this whole season.
Right. Yeah, I feel like Tanya, like I don't know where Tanya and Nene's relationship was because at the end of last season, I thought that they were beefing at the reunion. So I was surprised to see them kind of come back on good terms. But I just don't know how close her and Nene really are. So it's hard for me to see that they're in an alliance.
Yeah, I feel like that. It would make sense. They both don't like Kenya. So you don't think that they would join forces to just go against one person?
I can see that. I just don't see. I'm trying to think of something specifically. Like, is there anything that happened specifically?
Yeah, when it was at Greece and it was all talking, Tanya was just being really like I've never seen that side of Tanya just be so messy to the point where she was really just saying like a lot of slick stuff towards Kenya. It was just really like shady. Like you ain't seeing it. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. Y'all like Tanya. I don't know. Y'all love her. She, what she is. She's positivity, all that. I know y'all like her, but I would see it as her being in an alliance with Nene because they don't like each other.
Okay, well, I'll definitely look out for that. It hadn't been on my radar, but I'll definitely look out for it. Thank you for calling.
You're welcome.
All right, talk to you later. All right, I am going to take this next call. Hello? Hello?
Hello.
Hey, how are you?
Pretty good on yourself.
I'm doing pretty good.
Well, I'm going to get right to the nitty gritty. First off, Kenya Moore is not a queen to Deshaun. Secondly, I feel definitely Nene leaks. I'm Team Nene. Nene definitely falls in line wherever she fits in, especially when she feels like she's on the outside. Even like what she did with Phaedra seasons ago. She definitely knows how to get in with who's not like on the outside. So she'll get in. She's like this season. She came in with no one. She had no one on her side. She knows who to become friends with to get back on the inside. I'm Team Nene, but I see that. I don't like Kenya, but she's great for the show.
I appreciate you saying that.
Keep Kenya on the show, I feel like you need that someone. She can't go against anyone. She have to go against whoever is the strongest, which is Nene.
So you feel like the only reason that we allowing Nene to stay on the show is because of Kenya? Is that what you're saying?
That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is the only reason why Kenya is still on the show is because of Nene. Because no one else. Who else will go against Nene and stand? No one.
So you think they brought Kenya back to get Nene?
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly. That's the only way. I'm going to switch over to Potomac. I love Potomac. I don't know why. It gives like a older woman's. They definitely need. I thought Monique was going to be the younger factor that adds the extra seasoning to the pot. I like Monique, but something in her character is missing. She needs someone to go against. And I guess that's why they probably started the beef between her and Candace. But for it to get physical, I believe that was a bit much, even for African-American women. I don't think we needed a physical altercation for Potomac. That wasn't the seasoning of that show. That show was supposed to be set aside and different from the rest of the reality TV. That's why they set it in Potomac for the upper echelon. Karen Huger set a standard, a facade in the very first season where She needed it to be classful, dignified, Southern Belle. But I guess that aura went out right along with Kenya Moore's husband. So
Well, when I
yeah.
first started tuning in, when I first heard about Real Housewives of Potomac, if you guys don't know, I actually have a Real Housewives of Potomac fan page on Instagram as well. It's at the Real Housewives of Potomac. If you guys want to go ahead and follow it, I barely be posting because I get bored with the show. But when I first heard about that show, I was expecting it to be kind of the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, the black version. And I expected everybody to be filthy rich. I thought that they were going to have like all of these, important friends, kind of how like Atlanta tried to do their first season.
Right.
And I didn't get any of that, but I've still found a way to fall in love with them. It's just a different type of love.
Right. I believe they're missing the celebrity factor. That's the only thing. Someone that we've watched and grew up with, or maybe even like Kim Fields. To me, Kim Fields is the Tanya that we never seen.
Mm-hmm.
They're basically the same person. I don't believe we gave Kim Fields enough time to come out of her shell. When she first came in, the first thing they did was call her Tootie or Fruity or Rudy. That was the first thing. And even with the whole Chris situation, Kenya did the same thing to Tanya that she did with Kim when she called Chris Chrissy.
Right. Well,
and that is my sentiments.
Okay, I appreciate you calling in and joining the show. And I will talk to you later. All right, guys, you guys have stopped calling in. There's one person in the green room, but your mic isn't on. And then I see one other person. Hello?
Hey, what's up?
Hey, how's it going?
Going good. I just wanted to call in. I'm Team Kenya, I guess you can say. I just feel like people are giving her a hard time because they're taking the show too seriously. I mean, she clearly is on there knowing what she's doing to keep the show, popping.
Right.
If she wasn't there, what would they have to talk about this season? It would be boring just like last season.
Right. It's hard. It's hard to convince people like that Kenya is good for the show. And it's hard to get them to see that if Bravo didn't want Kenya, they had the perfect out. Like they didn't have to bring her back. They could have just let her stay gone.
Exactly. She's good. She's great for the show. She's not good for the show. Like she makes the show worth watching. I mean, like there's nothing else going on this season. Don't nobody want to see Portia and Dennis. Don't nobody want to see Cynthia and Mike. Nene ain't doing nothing but sitting around the house. I mean, she ain't doing nothing. I mean, Eva barely there, so it's like, what else would there be to talk about if she wasn't there?
Right. To your point, is there anything that you wish Kenya had done differently this season or this time around? Because I feel like when you leave the show and you kind of get embarrassed and everybody's speculating that you got fired, when you come back, you really need to make it count. Do you feel like she's doing that, or do you
Absolutely. I mean, she bring up every dramatic moment has come from her with everybody. You know what I'm saying? Like she did what she needed to do, in my opinion. Because like I said, if she wasn't there, Nene wouldn't have a storyline. I mean, I like Nene. I'm not a Nene hater. I like Nene. But let's keep it real. She ain't been doing nothing the last couple of seasons but complaining. And she's not even really trying to participate. She's only participating because Kenya coming at her. And I think Kenya probably doing it on purpose, because she know what make a good show. So I feel like people should give her props for making the show what it is. Because like I said, if she wasn't there, it would have been boring, just like last season. Last season was horrible. I still watched it, but it was torture, to be honest, until Kenya came at the end. That's when it got good,
Right.
So
and then it was over.
Right. And it was over. And then that's what made the whole plot line for this season. So people just got to give Kenya her props. You ain't got to love her, but you just got to respect her and know that she bringing something to the show that the other girls ain't doing. And that's it.
All right. Well, I appreciate you calling. Before I let you go, is there any question you have for me or anything else you want to say?
I just wanted to say one more thing about Tanya. I feel like at some point they're gonna see a different side of Tanya. I mean, I feel like she got more to her that people think. She more than just a nice girl. And I feel like when she stay on the show, her her other side is going to come out eventually. I like Tanya. I'm not a Tanya hater either, but I just see her kind of letting loose and showing more of her bad side, if you will, you know. But other than that, I just want to say I'm a big fan. I think you're awesome, and just keep doing what you're doing.
All right, I appreciate it. Have a good night.
You too.
All right, guys. I appreciate you guys joining me for this live. And I want to recap really quick. We talked about, Sunday night's episode of The Real Housewives of Atlanta is actually postponed. I was looking forward to getting the episode this Sunday. I feel like everybody just be, so bored and so, lonely during the week. We look forward to our Sunday nights where we finally get to watch Real Housewives. But yes, it is officially confirmed that the episode has been pushed back. We also talked about the Real Housewives of Potomac. And if you guys paid attention, I released the trailer and my reaction to that video on yesterday. And I am going to try to play a little bit of that reaction for you guys right now. I'm not going to play the whole thing. You guys can watch that video after you finish this live. But I'm going to try to play that now. And then I'm going to come right back on to try to take a few more calls before I call it a good night. All right, sorry guys. I'm going to restart it in a second. I think I know why you guys can't hear it. I'm going to do it one more time. Sorry.
We have been able to hold ourselves above the stereotype. And in 5 minutes, she took it away. We never thought as Black women we would be right here, but we are. It's not something you can brush under the rug, but you've got to address this.
Hold up, hold all the way up, y'all. The trailer for The Real Housewives of Potomac Season 5 is finally here, and I feel like Bravo is giving us legendary Real Housewives of Atlanta vibes in this trailer because it is full of shade, scandals, and drama just the way we like it. It's Justin Diego back with another Bingeworthy video. And today, let's watch this RHOP trailer that Bravo just released and find out what to expect this season on The Real Housewives of Potomac. And then we'll chat.
This season on The Real Housewives of Potomac. Yes, we got my people. Portugal! Are you doing your makeup? You trying to put some highlight on? We don't play in the pee, honey. I was peed on sick.
Oh,
that's all. Oh, another can of Wendy is Black Girl Magic personified.
A snake skin body roll.
Yes. She could read a book, honey, and she could read you down.
So I am a professor at Johns Hopkins University. Bye, Wendy. Dr. Wendy, address me correctly, sweetie.
I mean, I guess that PhD comes in handy.
It would be nice if some of the pressure's taken off of me. Put the phone down.
okay. Well, make sure you set up. I'm paying for it.
Are you in love with me?
Over time, things change.
I'm done.
Don't act like our marriage was awesome.
I didn't say that. We've been together 25 years. I just left. Yeah.
I want to have a conversation with you about Father.
Does she know we're here?
No.
That right there is not an institution.
I don't have the sex drive that I used to have.
When was the last time you were happy?
So unless I'm with you, I can't be happy.
Strippers. What? Oh my God. She was asking who we can take to a hotel nearby. This is like it.
We ended up going back to a hotel.
Mind your business. This is my business. ask y'all in my house to lower your voices.
Well, Jack, do you want me to?
Get off of me. Get off of me. Oh, Nene, stop! Oh, Nene. I by no means want to be near you. And maybe I don't need to be a part of this anymore. Oh, Nene, stop! 5 years, boo-boo, and we're going strong.
Okay, let me just give y'all a second to catch your breath and get your wig situated because that's what the fuck I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. First of all, what just happened? I feel like I saw Ashley's husband back in some mess involving him cheating on her again. I just hope that this time he was nice enough to be cheating with another woman at least. And did the Queen, Karen Huger, really do a whole Beyonce performance at another one of her fabulous parties? And yeah, it looks like this season is just going to be crazy. I tried to ignore all of this tea about Candace and Monique because I didn't want to have to pick a side too early, because if I had to pick a side, y'all already know it would be Monique. And I just wanted to see how Bravo was going to handle this, and apparently it's handled. They brought it in this trailer, y'all, and I am so glad that I am not the only one over here shook all by myself, because the reactions to this trailer have been off the chain, with some fans commenting saying, "This S is going to be amazing. OMG," with the crying face emoji used twice. And Ms. Zoe commented saying, "I've been telling y'all RHOP being lit. Much better than RHOA. Yep, I said it." And she hit us with that see no evil emoji because she know what she said was some bull. Before another fan commented, "So you're telling me we have to wait until May? Question mark, exclamation point, exclamation point, exclamation point, exclamation point. Why?" With the crazy face emoji. And another Housewives fan joined the chat saying, "Ooh, Lord. Yes, this is going to be lit. Move Atlanta, Potomac for the win!" Exclamation point, exclamation point. Yeah, I don't know why y'all keep trying to play my Atlanta girls, but for this one video, I'll allow it. For now, until y'all get yourselves together, I'll just go ahead and start with these looks. And to be honest, all I can really say is yes, yes, yes. And oh, wait a minute. Now, I'm counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 50 million housewives? Oh no, but Atlanta can only get 5 or 6. Hold the up.
911, what's your emergency?
Hello, yes, 911. I need to get in touch with Bravo.
Sir, this line is for emergencies only.
Well, what do you call this? Hello?
This is for Rachel, you big fat white nasty smelling fat.
Hello?
Andy, we deserve 50 peach holders as well.
Who is this?
Those Potomac girls got 7 wives, and we can barely get 6. What was the reason? What was the reason? What was the reason? Hello? That's all right. I'ma still get to the bottom of this. Yes, there are so many things I want to talk about from this trailer, but if I had to choose one word for this season of Real Housewives of Potomac, I would choose drama.
All right, thank you guys for watching that with me. Yeah, I had a lot of fun making this video, and I am so excited about the season. I hope that you guys will be interested in more binge-worthy videos about the Real Housewives of Potomac. I'm going to take our last calls of the night, and then I'm going to let you guys continue with y'all quarantine and chill. Hello, Evolution of Beauty.
Hi, Justin. How are you?
I'm well. I always see your comments. You always leave some of the funniest comments.
Yes, honey. I love your videos.
Thank you.
They keep me laughing. Your editing is on point, darling.
Thank
Okay.
you.
I love it all.
What do you want to talk
Um,
about?
so first of all, the only Real House franchise that I watch is the Atlanta franchise, honey. They're my favorite girls. They hot girls. I love all of them. Contrary to popular belief, darling, I do love all of them. Um, I will say like this season, with Kenya, I did get to see a different side of her that like no one really got to see, especially when Mark came in the picture and started calling her Ken, honey. She was a whole different person.
I like seeing her be a housewife. I mean, of course, I don't want her to be mentally, abused or like,
Of course.
in any type of situation. But I did like seeing that the Aquarius in her, if I may say so myself, knows,
Same.
knows how to, do whatever is best for your relationship.
Exactly, exactly. I'm an Aquarius too, so I
Right.
definitely I appreciated that.
Because
Um,
that is not real. He really don't have control. She just let him think that. Like,
yeah. I mean, that's with all women though. Most of these men around here think that they have control. They don't. I mean, it's the woman. At the end of the day, most of the things that men are doing are for women or to gain a woman's attention or love, affection, whatever anyway.
right.
Okay. But so the whole thing with her and Nene though, I first of all, I really feel like I would like to see them come together as friends. I really would. I kind of miss their friendship, especially when it came to like the first couple of seasons.
You talking about
And
Nene in Kenya?
yes,
Was it ever a friendship though?
I think so. I mean,
I do too. I was just making sure. I was just making
I do. I really do. I think it was a friendship. I just think they're both the same. They have the same level of ego. And it's like if any of that ego gets trampled over, it's like it's over for anybody and they're ready to fuck up everybody's life. Sorry, excuse me. They're ready to mess up everyone's life. So I kind of get that. I think I've come from that place before of having that type of ego before, so I get it.
Mhm.
But I feel like, just get over it and be friends. Like I don't want to see them fight anymore. I'm just like over it. Okay, how long are you gonna do this?
I feel like it comes a point where like the fight gets boring, and it's just like I thought both of them were smart enough to know when to be like, okay, girl, let's be friends for long enough to where when we do fight again, people will care. Like we don't care, y'all keep fighting.
Exactly, exactly. But the thing also is like when one is ready, the other one is not.
Right.
So it's like a runner chaser type situation. I'm just like, can we find that middle ground where it's just like, okay, we're both ready to just squash this and move on. I feel like the show will be so much fun with Kenya and Nene throwing fun shade at each other, you know,
Right.
not necessarily being super angry. The whole thing with Mark though, like I just I really don't think he's for her, to be quite honest with her. I mean, to be quite honest, period. I just really think that she deserves better, especially with what she's gone through with her mother and her family and things like that. She deserves someone who really loves her for real and for who she really is. And I just don't see that with her and Mark.
I think that is so strange because Kenya did so well at like keeping everything really kind of on the low and really secretive, for lack of better words.
Mm,
So I almost feel like if we are seeing this side of Mark, we're supposed to see it.
yeah.
And that's confusing to me because I'm wondering, like, is she just over it? And she's like, okay, like on my way out, let me just embarrass him. Or was she like, okay, well, if you're not gonna be smart enough to not treat me like this on camera, then oh well.
Yeah, I'm thinking probably that one. That where she's like, don't treat me like that on camera. Like
Right.
I see Kenya as that girl. Like she is private at the end of the day. Throughout the throughout all the seasons, we really haven't seen her date anybody other than the people that, they purposely bring on the show. But outside of that,
That was so politically correct.
I mean, but outside of that, we don't hear about like regularly before she was a housewife girl. we didn't hear about her dating life. We just thought she was, you know, queen turned video vixen turned business mogul,
Right.
and she's out here being black and beautiful and living her best life, and then she became a real housewife, and we're just like, we still didn't see anything really. So I don't know. I think it could be that, because her being private with her relationships could very well be because of that fact of like, I'm gonna do whatever it takes to stay in this relationship anyway. So it really don't matter how it looks to y'all. It's about how I want and what I want to do within my relationship.
Right. Okay, well, I've had fun talking with you. I have one more call. It looks like everybody's scared to join the live. So I got one more call and then we can call it a good night. Thank you so much for calling.
Thanks, Justin. Talk to you soon.
All right, bye. Hello.
Hi, what's up? Hey, Justin.
Hey, how's it going?
Good. So, oh my God, I want to talk about well, first Atlanta. For me, the way that the show has been going, I like it, but like I'm a Phaedra fan and I really want to see Phaedra back.
Why are you a
And
Phaedra fan?
so, I mean, Phaedra just makes me laugh. She brings the comedy towards the show. And then her reads, Phaedra will come back with a read real quick.
Right.
But one thing I've always to talk about Potomac, I would like to see Phaedra on Potomac. I think she would blend really well with these ladies, and the way that she carries herself, she would fit well with them. But as far as the Nene and Kenya thing, I like them both. But it's come on, why don't y'all just kiss and make up, and let it be over?
Right. I have gone back and forth with how I feel about Phaedra. For a while, I was kind of over her, but I think that now I've grown to miss her on the show. So I really wouldn't even be mad if they brought Phaedra back.
Right. I would definitely love to see her. But okay, as far as Potomac, I live in DC, so to see these ladies doing their thing, I love it. My favorite on the show is Robin. I feel like Robin is the realest on the show, but I feel
So
like she's
quiet.
holding back.
Yeah,
Huh?
she's so quiet.
Yes. And I'm like, girl, I feel like if anyone's gonna get the boot next, it should be her.
How you say you like
Because
her, but she gonna get the boot?
I like her as a person. I just see her as very, very relatable, and she's just a little bit too laid back. But as far as her and what was the other lady? Charisse. We know Charisse has been gone
Isn't it
for a
crazy
minute
how
now.
they just over her? I thought they were gonna bring her back at some point.
That's what I thought. And even Katie too, even with last season, her being sorta, I guess, a friend of the show, I would like to see Katie back.
Mhm.
But as far as how she's been acting weird and stuff, I'm worried for the girl.
Right. I just thought that Charisse was the Nene. People don't realize this, but Charisse was
Yes.
the Nene, and they built the show really around her friends. So for her to
Mhm.
reboot it and then for them to never really, really look back, I'm shook. I'm shook.
Yes. You know who Charisse reminds me of Deshaun Snow from season 1? I'm like, damn, they gonna do our girl like that?
You cannot be me doing the ugly laugh live.
Yes. So, but yeah, I heard a caller earlier talking about bringing younger people to the show for Potomac. I think that would definitely spice it up. And as far as I said, giving the boot, if I were, I would take out Robin, and I would take out I want to say Giselle, but I think that if you take out Giselle, I think you may take out a little bit of the drama that's there. I would take out Candace. I don't know. Candace is just not doing it for me.
Yeah, it's strange because I do this thing. I don't know if you guys pay attention to it, but if somebody's not strong enough, my gift to them is I don't talk about them at all. So I don't talk about Eva. I don't really talk about Tanya. I didn't talk about Shamari. The people who I feel aren't even strong enough to really be on the show, I do them a favor by not really putting them in it on my end because I just know people aren't feeling it. And I feel like Candace is one of those. Candace, she had potential, but she just came on like too much of a fan and way too thirsty.
Yes, I agree with you.
And then her husband, which was her main storyline, he's not even binge-worthy. Like we ain't
he really not.
Like you shoving this man in our face and he ain't binge-worthy. Like nobody cares, girl. So.
And he ain't even all that cute.
That's what I meant by he ain't binge-worthy.
Yo, that's so crazy. So like, okay, who would be like your all-star cast for Atlanta? Like if you would just pick like 6, who would be your top 6 out of all of the housewives that been on and on now?
Let me say, I will start with Kenya. Then I would do Portia. Then I would add Sheree.
Yes, I love Sheree.
Right. And then only because I feel like everybody always expects me to, not say this person, I'm going to go ahead and say Nene because although I don't always love Nene, I do think that when you think housewives, you do think of Nene. And that could be a good or a bad thing. And for her, it's kind of like, okay, girl, like this is your main gig. So we'll always leave a spot for you. So I'll just go ahead and add Nene because that'll give Sheree and Kenya more of a purpose. And then getting back to like the people I actually care about, I would add Phaedra back. And to justify adding Phaedra back, I just have to go ahead and add Candy in the mix to shake her up.
Definitely. Well, it was nice talking to you. I don't want to take up too much of the time.
All right.
But thank you so much.
Calling in. Thank you.
Good night.
Good night. All right. I have just 2 more calls. I'm going to take this one last call before I end the night with a surprise call. Hello. Hello. All right. It's the end of the night. People going to sleep. You can't be putting us to sleep not having your mic ready. All right. You're going to have to catch me next stream. All right. I'm going to take my last call now. Hello, Michelle.
Hi, Justin.
I got you.
Everybody else turned their cam off. I turned mine off too. I'm like, I ain't gonna be the only one who'll be read in the comment section.
Right.
Well, I just wanted to say congratulations on completing your first live. You did wonderfully. I think that we need to see more of this because I like to see you engaging with people in the in the chat and stuff.
Thank you. It's so new to me. Like I have even more respect for you for how you've been holding this down because it's so many things going on. I am so sorry for all the comments I have not responded to. I cannot even wrap my head around all of this, but I know that I'm gonna catch on soon.
Yeah, I mean, you got it. And then, this, StreamYard in itself, has its own glitches and things like that. So, you just have to learn how to stick and move. And like I said, if anything ever happens, just hang up and be like, oh, we got disconnected.
Right.
So I love live video though, because it's more genuine. Like people get to know you better and, you talk to people, you are you, it's no edits, you know what I'm saying? And even though, you are the master at editing, we like to, see the real you sometimes.
Yeah, I will say that, it was so scary for me, but I think that I'm starting to see like a new opportunity and like a new way, something new to learn. And I love to learn and I love doing what I do so much. And this is a part of it that's super important to a lot of people. So it's now important to me.
Yes. Yay. Well, I appreciate you for always being so supportive of me as well. So I just wanted to, call in. I didn't expect to be the last caller, but I wanted to call in and just say congratulations. And I'm proud of you. I love your channel.
Oh, thank you so much.
And can I promote my channel while I'm here? No.
Go ahead.
No, that's okay. I don't have to, honey. I don't have to. I appreciate it. But just because you said okay, go follow me as Michelle ATLian Brown on YouTube, honey. I am there.
And join her members as well. Join the squad.
And don't forget to read straight from the A.com daily.
The plug.
Thank you, Justin. I appreciate you so much.
Thank you. Thanks everybody for tuning into the live tonight. It was really fun. I'm so excited to do more of these. I know that when I joined Michelle's live the other day, a lot of y'all was giving me the side eye talking about, you need to go live on your own channel. Well, here I am. And a lot of y'all didn't even show up to call in. But I'm gonna give y'all another chance. Thanks again for watching this video. I will see you Housewives fans on the next one.